I don't know. What do you want to go see? Let's have a look. Let's plan. Oh, hey, how you doing? At the Mustang Drive-In, Armed and Dangerous, John Candy, now showing with Short Circuit. At the Lansdowne Cinemas, One Crazy Summer, in its second great week. Leisure Rules. Oh, and its second big hit for Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Oh boy, I have to see that. Howard the Duck. That's haven't heard good things about that. Armed and Dangerous. At where's that one? That's at Trent Cinemas. A Fine Mess. That's playing too, along with Karate Kid Part 2 and Aliens. There are some places in the universe you don't go alone. Third great week, Aliens. Other than that, really not a whole lot in the paper. Oh, of course. There's this little thing here. Oh boy, there we go. Yeah, I have the whole entertainment section from Friday, August the 15th, 1986. And that's the Peterborough Examiner. Oh, Rompin' Ronnie was at the X. Ronnie Hawkins there. Well, what brings me to you today? Well, here's not to just show about this old things that I'm finding, which I'm finding a lot of cool things. Like this one here. This is this the review? Yeah, this is the review. Concert review, Sunday, April 5th, 1987. Waylon Jennings and George Jones. We opened for him. I don't know if it mentions us or not. Be Kalita, anyway, that we were opening up for. Anyway, let's see. I am finding some neat things, but I wanted to bring you up to speed on some stuff. If you look around, you might notice as things are a little bit different. Hopefully a little bit less chaotic, a little bit less stuffed. I'll explain that too. Well, let's see. Where are we going to start? Do you remember these old Kodak and Polaroid instant films? You remember those? This was December 1976. That's Hey Good Hardy. That's the composer of The Homecoming tea commercial that did rather well for him. There we are, sitting there. I was working at the Sears camera department, and you don't need a shirt when your tie's that big. But there I am in my Sears outfit. But I was working in the camera department. And they said, "Get upstairs, they need you." So I went, grabbed it said, "Grab a camera and one of these." So I did, stuffed it in film in, and ran upstairs. And sure enough, there was this guy. I heard the song. Nicest guy, and my job was to take pictures of this famous guy with all the managers. So I and I give them all the thing, and then they're gone. And at the end, there's just Hey Good Hardy and myself. So I was about to go back downstairs to work, and he goes, "Don't you want one?" I go, "Okay." There's nobody there to take the pictures. There's a little old lady who was just shopping for a major appliance over there, and I said, "Would you mind just taking a picture of us?" And so there it is. She took a pretty good job, too. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yes. Coming up to 40 years ago, I guess, on that one. Well, then the reason I mentioned that was this one here. This is the original. Look who this is. Billy Gibbons and Steve Winwood. Now that was 1990 at the Ace of Clubs in Nashville, the very first Earth Ball. And here is a copy of another one. I don't have the original of this one. This is one that Roger took. It was November 9th, 1990, in Nashville, Tennessee at the Earth Ball. There's me and Steve Winwood and Tina of Tina Shirts. and Reverend Willie G. And there I was in the back going, dig me, because I had been talking to him, and there's pictures of us chatting. Like, for example, kind of like this. Here's a stash of, look at this. They got destroyed in a flood. A whole lot of stuff got destroyed, but these are things that I've picked through, and I'm trying to save. There's Trisha Yearwood and I backstage in Nashville. I lost something there. One of the few prints of Dr. Hook, Ray Sawyer. There I am in all light, and he's in the dark. Not a great shot, but oh well. And here's another one. This was me doing, I think, Lost in the 50s. I think that was my big ballad right there. Oop. My 73 Strat. Yes, and you've seen that. And this is the one that, this really scared me. This is a haunted house right there. Because in that second floor, it's hard to, oh, I'm so sorry. But anyway, that second floor, I think there's somebody looking in there. And this is an empty house. And when I took this picture, we'd all left the house and we were going down for breakfast. This is in Thunder Bay. And weird things kept happening. And there's a story. I'll put the link down below of my Substack. Oh yeah, Substack, by the way, please. And for all these stories. And weeks later, I finally got home to Toronto, and I got my pictures back. Or actually, no, this was years later, like 1988. So this was 81. So almost a decade later, I'm thinking I should write some stories. So I got it out. And I've got this picture, and I've got my little magnifying glass, and I'm looking at it. What is that number? Because the number is underneath the window. And I'm sorry, 218. I said, wait a minute, what is that? And I was looking in the window right above, and the curtain inside is pulled just aside, and it looks like there's somebody there. But it was an empty house, but there were noises and very strange things going on. So yes, that is the haunted band house of Thunder Bay. Link down below, I guess. Hopefully I'll remember. You doing okay? I haven't asked you that. You doing all right? It's crazy out there, man. Here's Ray Sawyer and I at backstage. And that camper, that trailer in the back, who had that? It was the Sass Jordan and Alana Miles. They were doing something together, and that's Alana Miles' trailer. So we were making some noise, I guess. Okay, so I found some nice shots. This is one of my favorites of Ronnie Prophet. And that's in front of 53,000 people in Fort Erie. What I'm doing is I'm going to the thrift stores, finding really cheap frames, and it's what I do. And here's some of the examples that I'm finding. Well, this isn't one. I just want to show you this one. This is the lovely and talented, the late Valerie Hobson. It's one of my Universal horror gal. Anyway, she was in 1935 as Werewolf of London, and Bride of Frankenstein, and that's her autograph too. Yeah. But talk about cheap frames, and I'm still messing with them. These are just put in there, but here's one. I think I picked this up for $3, and I just happen to have the pretty good picture to go in there. Kalita, of course. But this one, this is a heavy frame, and I think it was like maybe $4. But that one's gonna go somewhere. That's that picture of Ronnie. So yeah. Finding all kinds of... Yeah. Well, it would be nice if I could find all identical frames, and then I can put them all in, but, good luck. So I would rather just go all over the place and just throw it all out the window. And yeah, so let's talk about my big project aside from changing everything in the studio and downstairs and oh, good God, everything. Auctioning off my books. I'll put the link downstairs. I'm auctioning off my Titanic books, auctioning off Universal Horror books, auctioning off Pink Floyd, all my Pink Floyd books, and these are hardcover. Oh, but the Titanic stuff, that's the real deal stuff. So anyway, I'll put links to some stuff down below. The reason I'm doing that is I need brakes on my car. That's number one, safety first. But then after that, I need to fund my a book about my dad, about these pictures. So I've been working. I've downloaded Affinity, and I've been learning that, and I've been mocking up a bunch of front covers. And found this one too. I always like this shot. I won't really go into why, but it's just one of my favorite shots. There I am playing acoustic. There's about 16,000 people there. That was a good day. But so anyway, I'm trying to sort of come up with a front cover for the book. I'm thinking of a nice coffee table book, but I'm also thinking practical. I want it to be able to be shipped at a reasonable price. So I'm kind of leaning at something like that. And sort of a cross between that one and this one. I always tend to bury my name as I'm going back I really should probably be a little more aggressive with my name. You know, a little more proud with it. Yeah, I've decided to for this particular thing, I'm going to use my full name, Ray Ellis Knowles, as opposed to just Ray Ellis. Which, incidentally, the reason I went with that as opposed to that was sort of a tribute to my dad, who was in the band. He was touring all over Europe, playing his horn. And when I started putting out records, it was kind of a tribute to him, as to continue the Ellis playing in the bands. So anyway, so yeah, I've got a couple that I've been working on. I like this. I like this shot, but not for the cover. And here's my thinking. This to me is the back cover. This to me is more of the front cover. Look at that. No gloves, no hats. Well, not many. No problem, though. You know, and this is a completely integrated band. That is my dad's band. And it just looks like it could be any other band from whenever, bunch of guys. But to me, that just speaks of the attitude. They're there to do something, and it didn't matter. Nothing was going to stop them. And then afterwards, they all went their separate ways, and some of them, like my dad, never said a word about it. And that's what this is all about. So that's why I'm auctioning off everything I own, practically a bunch of the guitars and amps and whatever I have left over. I'm going to be getting rid of a whole lot of stuff. And it's nice because now I have this open area over here where my printer is, and I've got a nice little thing for all the paper and everything. It looks all really organized. Hopefully I can keep that for a couple of days. And what else? Yeah, I do have a big pile of still unprocessed photos, I know. But here's the beautiful thing. This, I think, is the absolute last of the very last that I still have yet to do anything with. And it's 1, 2, 3, I don't want to count it. Doesn't matter. Just a couple of little odds and end tubs. And then that little portion of my life is over. And a bunch of the photos are going to be leaving. And I am talking like boxes of them. And I'm just sort of finding places for all this stuff to go where it just won't end up in landfill. So that's what's kind of taking a lot of the time. And geez, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but oh, and the big thing for me, I'm looking forward to is that tomorrow I see the doctor and I find out what is going on, because oh man, it's getting worse, and so I got to figure out what's going on. There's something growing big in here, right in the center. And I don't want to gross you out, so I won't show it to you, but it's something in my hand that has to come out. So there's going to be surgery and big pain. So maybe arthritis or something, but who knows? I guess I'll have a better idea tomorrow. So that's why I still haven't been able to play a guitar. I picked up my bass and tuned it up, but there's just no way, not with this. It feels like there's a stone in between, there. Anyway, not to worry. I'll get through it. I forgot to turn on the music. Dang it. Anyway, I guess that brings us to the future. I'm still going to get to some stories. And what can I say? As soon as this, yeah, I get to maybe about 10, 15 minutes of typing, and that's kind of it. I can't really do that. So I'm kind of taking little writing bits, and I'll be putting them together, and then those will be the stories going forward. But in the meantime, I've got this big project on the go right here, trying to just organize, defoliate this place, and really try and just clear out, declutter, lighten my load, just sort of get out of it from under all this stuff. And I think I'm going to feel so much better. So, yeah, I'm going to leave you for now, and thank you for stopping by. I hope you're doing okay. Oh, man. Look in on somebody who might need it. Look after yourself. And I hope to see you again real soon. Bye for now.